Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Everton Show. You're watching on YouTube and as always, your comments are very much appreciated. Please leave them below. Well, after a challenging run of fixtures, the Toffees got back on track on Wednesday night with a comfortable 3-0 victory against Sunderland in the Carabao Cup. Alongside me are Graham Stewart and Graham Sharp. Sharpie, comfortable is just about the right word.
Yeah, it was, Dan. It was good to see the boys scoring goals. Seemed to enjoy themselves. Obviously, had a poor run of form. We needed to bounce back quickly, and you know, some people may have looked at that and thought, well, this could be a banana skin, but the lads were professional enough and deservedly got the result in the end.
A host of changes, Graham, from the side that started the previous Premier League game, which is the norm in this competition, and the game was a bit of a slow burner.
It was to start off with. The first half was, you know, took a while to get going. The crowd were quite quiet as well, and understandably so, because we've all been a little bit pessimistic about our form of late. But, you know, once Dominic gets the first goal, you know, things look up. You can see a little bit more confidence in the side, and we got to half-time, came out second half, and all guns blazing, really. It was a totally different performance. Once we got the second goal, played with a lot of confidence, and deservedly, very comfortably went through the game, ended up 3-0.
It was a good win, and it was a win that we desperately needed. Let's get some reflection on that game against Sunderland with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and also the boss.
Yes, I think overall it was a good game. 3 goals, maybe we had some other good chances to score even more goals, and we fight for a good result, and I'm happy about the performance of tonight.
Fantastic performance from Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. 2 exceptionally good finishes, weren't they?
Yeah, he did well. He's strong, he's fast, and I think the first goal was really important in the game. We are by far the better team, but you need to make the difference in scoring, and he scored a good goal, and the first important one, and the second was a great goal, good movement and a good finish with his left, and that killed the game at that time.
Yeah, obviously over the moon to win the game as well, and to get 2 goals. Delighted personally with my performance, and obviously the team, it's a lot better from us, and we knew going into the game we had to put in a better performance, and I think we did tonight. Well, that's what I'm there to do as a striker, score goals, and I think during the game we needed that extra goal, and that's what we were looking for, and I'm glad that I could come up with the goods and get it for the team, and obviously nice that Umar could come on and score as well.
Everybody know we are at a difficult moment, and scoring goals, winning games, that's the best medicine to get our full confidence back, and let's hope that the result of tonight, the way how we played, that it gives a boost for coming Saturday.
Diamond, I would suggest that Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been the real success story of the season so far.
I think so, yeah. I don't think many people would disagree with you. He's been a breath of fresh air. He's got good pace about him. He's got good presence, decent in the air. And he's the one player we've got up top at the moment who can stretch sides. You know, we've got some good players, but they like to come to feet more. Dominic can go beyond, and I think that's been the visible difference. And certainly he's added goals to that as well. And as a striker, you're always going to be measured against how many goals you score.
As a fully paid up member of the Centre Forwards Union, Sharpie, have you enjoyed watching Dominic?
Yeah, I've said before, Dan, it'll take him time, but he's slowly but surely adjusting to it in life and at the top level. Okay, the Carabao Cup, but you still got to score goals. That's what you're paid to do, and I think his overall performance is good. Obviously, the goals are a bonus for him, and as Graham said as well, that's what you're judged on. But I think we've said before, give him time. You know, don't heap all the pressure on him. Give him time. He started the season well, and hopefully there's more to come.
They're good goals, weren't they?
Very good goals. The first one was a good finish, and the second one was a great move. Good little ball from Sandro, and a fantastic finish, left foot. So he's everything in his locker, right foot, left foot, decent in the air. Unfortunately, he could have got his hat-trick with a great header against a post. So, you know, a really, really good performance from Dominic.
That would have been the best of the lot, wouldn't it, the diving header?
That would have been as well, and you don't see many these days as well, do you? A terrific ball in the box, great header, very unfortunate it cannoned back off the post.
Well, another plus point to emerge from that victory against Sunderland was an assured first start for John Joe Kenny. We caught up with the Kirkdale-born defender after the game.
You know, you've got to wait for your chance, and tonight my chance come, and you know, it's what you're waiting for, it's what you work hard for, and you know, the rewards do come in the end.
And you got a great ovation from the fans before the game as well. Did you really sense that they wanted you to do well tonight?
Yeah, you know, when I got the ovation, you know, give me goosebumps, yeah, but you know, I know they're always behind me because, you know, I'm from Liverpool myself, and they're all there for me, so it was great to get reception.
On yourself, you've obviously been schooled through Everton, you've gone out, had your loans, you've done well with England's under-20s. Do you think that's all prepared you to come and play for Everton's first team now?
Yeah, you know, I'm not saying I'm the full maider and everything, but you know, I'm getting there and I want to keep on working hard and listen to the coach, and you know, I'm at a great club and I'm working with top players now, and you know, I've got to keep on learning and learning, you know, hopefully get better in my game, and hopefully improving games and get winning ways again.
Something else the manager mentioned was your link up with Nikola Vlasic. He thought that really kind of grew in the second half and you were a real attacking force. Did you feel that yourself? Yeah,
I think Nico was very good today as well, strong on the ball, and you know, we had you know, I don't think he can understand what I was saying, but we had a good thinking together and we done well, yeah.
You've drawn Chelsea away in the next round. What do you make of that?
Another team, another game to play, and you know, it's with Everton, we shouldn't be fearing no one. We're a top team, and you know, when the game comes, we'll work towards it and hopefully get the win again and get through. Yeah.
I would suggest that Nikola Vlasic will learn Scouse a lot quicker than John Joe Kenny will master Croatian. But let's start with John Joe. I thought he was terrific.
He was. You know, he grew into the game. You know, I think when you saw him at first, listen, he's an old-fashioned right back. He defends first and foremost, but when he can get forward, he adds so much to the attacking options that the team have got. Had a good understanding with Vlasic, you know, and I think as a forward as well, when you see the ball going to John Joe, automatically you know he's going to get his head up and try and play that early ball to you. So I thought he grew into the game, and we saw more of him in the second half as an attacking force. But no, he can be really pleased. It was a fantastic start for him.
Got a terrific reception off the fans before the game when his name was read out, Graham.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they've been looking forward to watching him. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about what John Joe's done in the under-23s. We've seen him on numerous occasions, and he starred for them. It's totally different when he come into the first team, and to do that on a consistent basis is what John Joe's got to look to do. But I'm with Sharpie. Second half was a lot more of the John Joe that we're used to seeing at under-23 level.
What have you made of Nikola Vlasic?
Yeah, he looks really good. I mean, to be totally honest with you, you'd have had to be desperately poor not to look good against Sunderland, if the truth be known. But that said, you can only play against who you're up against, and he did very, very well. Looked neat and tidy on the ball. Looked positive. That's what I enjoyed about it more than anything. When he got the ball out on that right hand side, he looked to be positive and creative.
Plenty more to come from Nikola Vlasic, I'm sure. Plenty more to come, maybe, from Umar Niasse. Things haven't gone his way since he arrived at Everton Football Club, but he got a terrific reception himself on Wednesday night, and he topped it with his first goal for the football club. And wasn't he pleased to do so?
It was a long way to get the one first, but it's just a goal for me. It's a goal in cup against Sunderland team in championship, so it's important to have it, but the more important, I have to keep working and to look after for the Premier League's goals, and coming from there, we will see after. But it's always good to have a goal, and especially when the team win, and because we needed that win to bring the confidence back.
You've had to be patient, but that goal has given you a good platform to build on now.
Yeah, in life, everything can happen. That's what I'm saying always. Sometimes you think everything go against you, but it's just the way that God choose, the way that God give to you. So you have to live with that, and like being the nicest person you can be, like work hard, being a professional, and even if you're under 18, under 23s, or with the first team, you have to work hard. That's what I think is the best way to do.
There was a big smile on your face when you scored. What was it like to score at the Gladys Street end as well, and to celebrate in front of those supporters?
It was something I was waiting for, and I think also they was waiting for that, for me to give them a goal. And like I said, it's a great feeling, like very important for me. I know the confidence, it make me feel more confident, it make me feel my team make to feel more confident, and also the fans are gonna have more confidence about me. And that's always good for the Everton, for the team now. And I think the best thing is to keep that, and work hard all together, all the squad, the players injured, and all together to try to bring the team back, because we can do it.
I thought that was a lovely moment, Graham. Not only when Umar Niasse came on and got a great reception, but when he scored his goal, and it was a good goal.
It was a terrific goal. I mean, his first touch on the chest was great, and the second touch, half volley straight in the top corner. It doesn't get any better than that, and in front of the Gladys Street end as well. So, it was great to see him. He's had a difficult time since he's been at the football club, but that will certainly do his confidence the world of good, wouldn't it, Sharpie?
Yeah, I was absolutely delighted for him, and I think you saw the reaction not only from the crowd but from his teammates as well, who all went over to him to a man. That shows you, what they think of him as well. The situation he was in, he could easily have thrown the towel in, but he hasn't got his head down and battled well, waited for his chance, and as Diamond said there, it was a fantastic finish. So hopefully there's more to come as well.
Can he be a part of the squad for the next 3 home games and really try and establish himself?
Well, listen, everybody knows the depth we've got of forwards, and main strikers, so certainly can be in the squad. Obviously it's up to him now to push and give the manager a problem, but for me, if you've got a goal scorer in your ranks, you need to include him.
David Unsworth's been delighted with his attitude for the under-23s, hasn't he, Graham?
He has, yeah, and I mean that speaks volumes for Umar. He's got his head down, knuckled down. He got his reward on Wednesday night.
Yeah, he certainly did. And that's just about it for part 1 of this week's show. Coming up in part 2, we'll hear from Jordan Pickford and David Unsworth. Welcome back to part 2 of this week's programme. Now, after an indifferent start to the Premier League 2 season, Everton under-23s are really up and running with 3 consecutive victories against Chelsea, Tottenham and most recently Derby County at Pride Park. They really are in top gear now, Sharpie.
They are, and that's 3 fantastic results. Good sides as well, and Chelsea and Tottenham, fantastic. Then you go to Derby and you think it might be a little bit easier, but Derby put out a really strong side, and the boys get the result. So Unzi will be absolutely delighted. And again, it's the most important thing is that the lads progress. And they're certainly doing that. You were at Goodison Park for the win against Tottenham. Good win, good performance, and again, some terrific goals.
Yeah, some excellent goals. I mean, Ademola Lookman, scored a terrific strike as well. I mean, it's great when you can get players of first-team experience to play for your under-23s as well, and that helps the younger players come along as well. So Sharpie's absolutely right. I mean, the goal is to get the young players into the first-team squad, but it's always nice to win games of football. So confidence-boosting victories, a 3-0 away at Chelsea, and we know how tough Chelsea have been over the years, 4-1 against Tottenham. I'm guessing that the one that's probably delighted David Unsworth the most would probably be the battling performance to win 1-0 away at Derby, as Sharpie says, a really experienced Derby side. So they're in good nick.
I spoke to Unsy after the Derby game, and you're quite right. He was absolutely cock-a-hoop about the win because they really dug in. They showed a real determination to keep the clean sheet and get the win. And it's a fairly new side for Unsy because he's got a lot of boys out on loan.
Well, it is, Dan. The thing that would please him most is the fact that, they had 6 players with experienced players, first-team experience. And that's great for the kids as well. We always talk about, they're not getting competitive games, but when you're playing against 6 first-teamers, that gives you yourself, the challenge, let's go and prove I'm good enough to mix it. So they've certainly done that.
You can't be playing against somebody with a bit of know-how, can you? And talk of under-23s leads us beautifully into our My Firsts feature this week because we caught up with David Unsworth.
My first car was a Ford Fiesta 1.1. It cost me £2,500, and I still remember the number plate, C673ECK. My first boots were Admiral, I think, but then very, very quickly I moved on to New Balance. My first club was a team in just outside Chorley called Astley Village. I didn't stay there very long, but then I went on to play for Eccleston Juniors and then Exton Villa, where I was spotted by an Everton scout while I was playing for Exton Villa. My first memory was a game my dad took me to, Man United versus Stoke. Man United won 1-0, and I just remember walking up the stairs at Old Trafford and just it was like wow, and that's really when I said to myself I wanted to be a professional footballer. I remember when I was young, probably 4 or 5, I got a set of drums and they were class, just a brilliant set of drums, and drove my mum crazy with them. Yeah, that's the first proper present I can remember. Professional debut was in 1992 against Tottenham. I was sub at the time, the time when there was only 2 players as subs, and I came off the last 10-15 minutes and managed to pop up with the equaliser. But that was at White Hart Lane in Gary Lineker's last ever game for Tottenham. So we were 3-0 down at half time, and we managed to come back and get a 3-3 draw, which was nice.
That was Unzi spilling the beans there, Sharpie, and he's really come on since you first met him.
He has, I think, a long time ago, too long to remember, but he was an apprentice. You know, when we were at Belfield, I remember him cleaning the boots and doing all the jobs apprentices did at the time. But would I have imagined he would be where he is? No, possibly not. You know, you don't know in football how your career is going to go, but certainly he's making a great go of what he's doing at this moment in time. I think, you know, all the lads who play under him talk so highly of him, and he knows how to motivate a team. So, you know, fair play to him, but I can still picture him, you know, picking up all the dirty socks and the slips and cleaning boots and all that.
People like you threw on the floor,
yeah? Definitely.
Yeah.
He was one of the younger members of the Everton side that you were in, the side that beat Wimbledon on that never-to-be-forgotten day and then won the FA Cup the year later. But he was always an old head on young shoulders, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. He was always, like, he's a clever guy, an intelligent guy, David, as well. Really quick player, big lad, as we all know, but, you know, with his nickname says it all, doesn't he, the Rhino. But I'll tell you what, he could shift, Unzi, and he was a real strong boy. Good player, good left foot, could score a penalty as well, as we all know. And, you know, I'm like Sharpie, I wouldn't have been, you know, surprised if he'd gone into coaching, but you never know which way people are going to go. But again, he's made a good fist of it. He'd have been delighted with what the 23s did last season, and he'll aspire to be a Premier League manager one day, I'm sure.
People enjoy watching his teams, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I think they mirror him. You know, the way he played as well. He was a winner, and he wanted to win every game. His attitude, you know, in every day in training, and he'll push the young lads. He was the exact same. You know, the lads who played with him, and I remember him as a youngster all those years ago as well. So I'm not surprised.
The under-23s play Arsenal, by the way, at Southport on Monday. Let's switch our attentions back to the first team. It's Bournemouth up next at Goodison Park in the Premier League. This is Jordan Pickford's take on this one.
It's going to be a tough game, but it's a game that we can win when we go for a good game plan, and if we get this win against Bournemouth, then it'll kickstart our season, because it's been a tough start. But as a group of lads, we're a good group of lads, and staff around us are all good, and we go there, and next batch of games we'll go and win as many as we can.
There's one particular player at Bournemouth who you probably know better than the rest of them as well, in Jermaine. Does that help you? Do you know which way he's going to go? Does he know what you're going to do? How does it work?
Not really, because he's one of the top goal scorers in the league for. GD, he can score from anywhere, really, and it doesn't have to be with power. He's got that position and timing of the ball, but hopefully the lads in front of us will stop him from getting them shots. But if called upon, I'll be there to make the save.
How do you feel it's going so far?
Yeah, good. I feel like everyone knows where we are, where we stand, but results haven't went our way, but we know how good we can be, and as a group of lads, we know we're only a little bit away from getting them results.
Diamond Bournemouth will come to Everton with a little bit of confidence after winning their first Premier League game of the season last weekend. Jermaine Defoe is obviously the standout danger, but you like the look of his partner?
Yeah, Josh King's a good player as well. I think, you know, little and large, isn't it? Josh King's a powerful figure. Again, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he stretches sides. And you know Jermaine Defoe is a major goal threat, because his career tells you all you need to know about that. So we've got to be on our toes. We've got to, you know, be on our mettle, start the game really, really well, defend first and foremost, you know, competently. Because if you give Jermaine Defoe one chance, like he showed against Brighton last Friday night, he puts it in the back of the net. So I'm confident that we pick up 3 points, but we've got to do the fundamentals correctly.
That was a big win for Bournemouth, because Brighton and Hove Albion are just the sort of team they've got to beat if they want to prolong their stay in the Premier League.
Well, they have done, and you know, it won't be easy for us. You know, they're a decent side, they're a good footballing side as well. Eddie Howe's got them playing football, so we need to be at our best. Obviously taking some confidence from the midweek game against Sunderland into it, but we have got to be at our best to get a result. So whilst we're talking about Bournemouth winning games, we need to start winning games and winning. We've got a good run of home fixtures coming up. Let's start with a win.
The fans will be expecting Everton to win, won't they?
Yeah, well, they will do, and that's where the pressure comes from. You know, the manager's already stated that, you know, it's not been an ideal start to the season. This is where the pressure builds, and this is where the players have to come to the fore and get the 3 points.
Patience. We seem to say this every week, don't we, Dan? But patience again may be a key word against Bournemouth.
Yeah, of course. You know, we don't want to go out gung-ho and leave ourselves, you know, exposed at the back. But that said, I'd still want us to be on the front foot from the first whistle You know, get out there. We say it all the time. We know what Goodison Park is like. If you show some desire, you get the ball out wide, you get some crosses in the box, some attempts on goal, they are with you and they'll back you all the way. You know, as soon as you start, you know, tippy-tapping around and not putting your foot in, all of a sudden it turns and, you know, the concerns can be heard from the crowd. So it's up to us to be positive, go out there and really give the fans something to shout about.
3 home games, Sharpie, in the space of 8 days. It's a real chance to very quickly get the momentum back.
Well, it is, Dan, but I just think you've got to make sure you just take care of the first one. Of course, people will start thinking, yeah, after that we'll have so many points, we'll be through with this, blah, blah, blah. You've got to concentrate on the first one, and that's Bournemouth. If you can get a result, and by that I mean a win, then the confidence starts to build. It's important the players' confidence gets built up again, because after the start of the season they're a little bit down, and rightly so, as everybody is, as supporters as well. But we need to go on a little run now, and it's important that we start it with Bournemouth on Saturday.
Just very quickly, Chelsea away, Carabao Cup.
Tough draw, really, really tough draw, Darren. There's no doubt about it. So, you know, we were really optimistic after picking up a 3-0 win, and then you sort of sink a little bit when you realise you've got to go and play the champion. So it's a tough one, but we've seen what they do. Everybody mixes their sides up. We've got to go down there and give it our best shot. One
to look forward to. And we're out of time, gentlemen. Thank you very much to Sharpie and to Diamond. And the very best of luck to Everton ladies as they kick off their WSL 1 season later on tonight with the Merseyside derby. Do join us again in 7 days' time for another Everton Show. You've been watching the Everton Show on YouTube. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure you have. Don't forget to subscribe, and that way you catch every single future episode.